What began as strange noises in the dark soon became a series of inexplicable attacks that changed their lives forever. In the small town of Adams, Tennessee, in the early 19th century, a family was trapped in a nightmare that defies all explanation. The Bells, known for their quiet life and hard work, witnessed events so terrifying that their story became one of the most chilling legends in the United States. The story started when John Bell and his family noticed unsettling sounds in their home, knocking on the walls, scratching the wood, and invisible footsteps echoing across the floor. At first, they thought it might be animals or the wind, but they quickly ruled out any logical explanation. Objects began to move on their own, doors opened and closed without being touched, and furniture vibrated without any apparent reason. Fear gripped the Bells as the phenomena turned physical. The children were dragged out of their beds, their sheets were ripped away, and they felt invisible pinches and slaps. Betsy Bell, the youngest daughter, was the most affected. Her hair was pulled, her face bore scratch marks, and at times, she was paralyzed by terror. The family soon realized that what they were facing was far from ordinary. The voices were the next step in the horror. At first, they were incomprehensible whispers, but then the words became clear. The spirit could mimic the voices of family members, repeat private conversations, and even recite Bible verses. The most chilling part came when the entity began speaking directly to them, mocking and hurling threats. The entity also claimed to have a name. Some called it Kate, attributing it to Kate Batts, a neighbor with whom John Bell had disputes with. It was said that Kate had placed a curse on the family before her death. However, others believed the spirit was something much older and darker, a malevolent force that had found an easy target in the Bells. The situation reached a critical point when John Bell fell ill. His health deteriorated rapidly, and despite the family's efforts, he died under mysterious circumstances. After his death, a bottle containing an unknown liquid was found in his room. It is believed that he was poisoned, and the spirit allegedly boasted about administering the poison. This claim sealed the entity's reputation as a supernatural murderer. John Bell's death did not put an end to the torment. The spirit continued to hunt the family for some time before vanishing as mysteriously as it had appeared. However, some believe it never truly left. Rumors of apparitions and strange voices on the property and the nearby Bell Witch Cave persist to this day. Researchers and paranormal experts have tried to explain the events. Some argue it may have been a cause of mass hysteria, fueled by the superstitions and religious beliefs of the time. Others suggest it could have been an elaborate hoax that spiraled out of control. But many still believe that something supernatural was truly at play. One of the most unsettling places associated with this legend is the Bell Witch Cave, located on the family's former property. The cave has attracted thousands of curious visitors seeking to experience the mystery for themselves. Those who enter are warned not to take anything from the site. Stories of subsequent tragedies have reinforced this warning. It is said that a tourist took a small stone as a souvenir and, within a few days, lost his wife, his job, and his home. The identity of the spirit, known as the Bell Witch, has been the subject of multiple theories. One intriguing hypothesis suggests that the entire ordeal was an elaborate cover-up to hide the murder of John Bell. His wife, Lucy Bell, had ties to Kate Batts, a woman many believe practiced witchcraft. Some speculate that Lucy and Kate conspired to eliminate John, inventing the presence of a spirit as a distraction. Interestingly, while the spirit terrorized the family, it always showed kindness toward Lucy. This theory leaves loose ends. If Lucy only wanted to get rid of her husband, why does she also torment her children? This leads to another possible explanation. Kate Batts may have summoned a demon to punish the Bells after John allegedly took advantage of her family's financial misfortunes. Additionally, the Bell home was built on an ancient Native American burial ground, further fueling speculation about the presence of supernatural forces. Another theory points to Richard Powell, the eventual husband of Betsy Bell. Powell was obsessed with Betsy and, according to some accounts, created the story of the witch to prevent her from marrying Joshua Gardner. As an educated man, Powell would have had the ability to manipulate others to carry out his plan. However, this hypothesis does not explain how the children of the family were physically attacked by an invisible force. The original Bell House was demolished in 1843, but a replica with period furniture is open to the public as a tourist attraction. Although it is not on the original site, it allows visitors to experience the atmosphere of the time. The famous cave remains a focal point for those seeking to connect with the unexplicable. The legend of the Bell Witch has transcended generations, fueling both fear and fascination with the unknown. Documentaries and films have explored its many layers, from rational explanations to supernatural hypotheses. Each account adds new nuances, keeping the intrigue alive. Was it a well-crafted hoax, a family tragedy cover-up, or the work of forces beyond our understanding? The cave, in particular, symbolizes the epicenter of the mystery. With warnings not to disturb its serenity, it continues to generate stories from visitors who claim to have felt a strange presence or experienced inexplicable events after their visit. Some say they heard whispering voices, while others describe the sensation of being watched. Now, all of this takes place in Adams, Tennessee, a small and picture-cute town located north of Nashville. This city is considered an epicenter of dark energies by paranormal experts. Even former President Andrew Jackson claimed to have witnessed inexplicable phenomena in the region. Today, Adams is an attractive tourist destination for those interested in the paranormal. Among its main attractions are the Bell Witch Cave and the replica of the Bell family's original house. Visitors can tour these sites and experience the eerie atmosphere surrounding the legend. One point that is central to the legend is the Bell Witch Cave. It is said to be infused with dark energy, with so being the Native American burial ground located beneath the property. The Bell Witch legend has not only left an indelible mark on the history of Adams, but it also brings to mind other chilling stories, such as the case of the Perron family, which inspired the famous film The Conjuring. This real-life story involves a family who moved into a house in Rhode Island in the 1970s, only to encounter terrifying paranormal events attributed to a satanic witch named Bathsheba Sherman. In this story, the Perron family reported experiencing inexplicable phenomena such as strange noises, objects moving on their own, doors opening and closing by themselves, and an increasingly stronger malevolent presence. According to the legend, Bathsheba Sherman lived on the property in the 19th century and was accused of witchcraft, including the sacrifice of a child as part of a satanic pact. Although she was never legally convicted, her reputation was forever tainted. The similarities between these two stories are unsettling. In both the Bell Witch case and the story of Bathsheba Sherman, there are accounts of women accused of witchcraft, mysterious deaths, and supernatural events that defy all logical explanations. In both cases, the affected families were harassed for years by invisible forces that seemed to have one clear purpose: to sow terror and destroy those who lived on their properties. Paranormal investigations also play a significant role in both stories. While personalities like Andrew Jackson visited the Bell Witch site, the Perron family case was investigated by renowned demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren, who documented the terrifying events and eventually inspired the film The Conjuring.